15 years in Hollywood, no one in Hollywood has a memory of going to a sold-out Kevin Hart show. A 5-year period, every single movie that Kevin Hart did was a movie that had been on my desk, that all I had said was, just, can we take some of this step and fetch it shit?
Katt Williams presented himself as a fearless opponent of Hollywood after his 2024 interview with Shannon Sharpe, positioning Kevin Hart as a symbol of everything he believed was wrong with the entertainment industry. He accused Kevin of sacrificing principles for success and portrayed himself as someone who refused to compromise. However, his appearance at the Kevin Hart roast challenged that image. During the roast, Katt openly joked that he participated for the money. That single statement created a major contradiction with everything he had previously claimed. If Kevin Hart represented corruption and selling out, then accepting payment to appear at an event centered around Kevin raised serious questions about Katt's own consistency. His words appeared to undermine the message he had spent months promoting. Katt also continued criticizing Hollywood elites, describing them as powerful figures controlling the industry. Yet he delivered those jokes while standing among the same people he had condemned. This raised the question of whether someone could truly oppose a system while actively participating in it. The argument suggests that his presence on that stage indicated he was already accepted by the very establishment he criticized. His criticism of Kevin Hart as an industry-created product was also questioned. While Katt argued that Kevin's success was engineered by corporate interests, the same observation could be applied to Katt himself. During the 2000s, he became one of the industry's most recognizable comedians, leading to the suggestion that his own rise was also supported by the entertainment system. The repeated opportunities he continued receiving were presented as evidence that he had never truly been rejected by Hollywood.
Have we heard of a comedian that came to LA and in his first year in LA, he had his own sitcom on network television and had his own movie called Soul Plane that he was leading? No, we've never heard of that before that person or since that person.
The timing of events further fueled these doubts. After his widely discussed interview, Katt received major recognition, including being named GQ's Man of the Year, additional Netflix opportunities, and widespread praise. Instead of facing consequences for exposing powerful figures, his career continued to grow. This led to the argument that his interview may have served as controlled opposition rather than genuine resistance. Another contradiction involved Netflix. Katt criticized Kevin Hart for relying on Netflix, presenting it as proof of being controlled by the system. At the same time, Katt himself continued releasing multiple Netflix specials, creating another inconsistency between his words and actions. The same pattern appeared in his criticism of Kevin regarding Diddy's parties. Katt implied Kevin remained silent despite knowing what happened in those circles. However, Katt had spent decades in similar environments himself, raising questions about why he had not fully revealed everything he claimed to know. Katt also criticized Kevin for relying on stereotypes in comedy, yet much of Katt's own career had been built around the pimp character. His breakthrough projects and some of his most recognizable performances reflected that same image, making his criticism appear inconsistent. The reconciliation between Katt and Kevin during the roast became another key moment. Their handshake was presented as more than a simple gesture, with the suggestion that the imagery surrounding it carried symbolic meaning. Combined with visuals from Katt's tour, it was argued that these moments reflected a carefully managed public narrative rather than genuine opposition. The overall argument is that truly dangerous critics of powerful institutions are usually silenced rather than rewarded. Instead, Katt received awards, major streaming deals, and continued industry support after making his allegations. Rather than damaging his career, the interview elevated it. From this perspective, the roast became the moment when the carefully built image collapsed. By admitting money was his motivation, Katt appeared to contradict the principles that had made many people view him as a truth-teller. Instead of standing outside the system, he seemed to be benefiting from it. The conclusion argues that Katt Williams is not the revolutionary many believed him to be, but someone whose role ultimately strengthens the system rather than challenges it. The audience is encouraged to question why someone who supposedly threatened powerful institutions continued receiving so much support and exposure. suggesting that his rise was never accidental, but part of a larger narrative.